Lurgashall is a village and civil parish in the Chichester district of West Sussex, England. It is 6.5 kilometres northwest of Petworth and just inside the new South Downs National Park. The Church of St Laurence, the Noah's Ark pub, the old school and several old houses are built around a picturesque village green which contains the village cricket pitch. In the 2001 census, the parish covered 21 square kilometres and had 220 households with a total population of 581. 271 residents were economically active. History. Although there was almost certainly an inhabited settlement in the village of Lurgashall in Roman times, the name is Saxon. It means Aula, a hall of Leotega, who, in about 495 AD, found a convenient, and probably inhabited, clearing in the Wealden forest in which he decided to settle. In due course of time, Leotega's descendants were converted to Christianity by the followers of St Wilfrid and built the first St Laurence's church. Although the church has had many additions over the years, it still retains some evidence of the original Saxon structure. The village had become almost extinct in 1100, and finds no mention in the Domesday Book of 1086. After the Norman conquest, the king gave the Lurgashall area to a Norman family called Untitled, who built a manor house there in about 1100. The manor house itself has not survived, but the area that the estate occupied is now Park Farm, which gets its name from the deer park which the Untitled family established in about 1200. The coming of the manor revived the village's fortunes and it grew in importance throughout the feudal period. An account of what it was like to live in the village in the early part of the 20th century is given in the book A View of Edwardian Lurgashall by H. S. Roots. It was republished in 2000 and is based on the memories of a child called Harold who came to the village aged 4 in 1899. His father was the headmaster of the village school for 10 years, and the book is an account of Harold's time growing up in the village and giving accounts of rural life, as it was then in what was a fairly isolated village on the northern outskirts of Petworth. Noah's Ark. In 1557 a village inn was built at the side of the green, probably with funds provided by the manor. At first it had no name at all, since it was not necessarily to distinguish it from any other, but ever since records began in about 1700, it has been known as the Noah's Ark. It is said that it acquired this somewhat unusual name because a pond was once outside the door which patrons had to cross to refresh themselves, giving the impression of animals crossing into the ark before the deluge. With the inn was built a brew house which continued for over 350 years to brew its own beer, which was delivered to other inns in the district, as well as brewing beer. The Noah's Ark baked bread for the village, giving rise to the old jingle, "For well-baked bread and home-brewed ale, you must come to Lurgashall." Noah's Ark became the centre of village life. Local meetings were held there. It provided refreshments for the midsummer fair held each year on Tallinob. It was the local headquarters of the swing riots of 1830, and it has refreshed many cricket and football teams after their exertions over the years. In 1871, the Noah's Ark was sold to an Arundel brewery, and from that date, brewing on the premises ceased. In 1906 it was sold again, this time to the Eagle Brewery for the very low price of £1,250. 15 years later it was again sold, this time to Friary, Holroyd and Healy, who owned it until 1990 when the present brewers, Green King, took over. For over 30 years, the Noah's Ark has played host to a summer theatrical production. Started hesitantly in 1967, the venture received an enormous boost when the late Tad Swannell took over the inn in 1970. Happily, his enthusiasm for the project, and his efficiency in organizing ticket sales, which resulted in an extension of the run from the original one night to the present 3, has been continued by his successors. The Rev. A. Evans wrote in A Countryman's Diary, "This was Lurgashall, have been to it several times since and with heightened appreciation. Its beauty increases with familiarity, it endures, while a merely catchy and trivial wear away." Sports and leisure. Lurgashall Cricket Club plays on the village green, and is often the guest team at the Ebbenow Horn Fair. Some of the Sheep's Horn trophies, won by highest-scoring batsmen, used to be displayed in the Noah's Ark pub. There is a village hall for indoor activities, parties and receptions. There is a football pitch to the southeast of the green.